Hello folks, welcome to Saturday back here on the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and we are in West Hill on the Citadel server, hanging out here at the house by the river. And we're going to continue up in the northwest and work on that stone bridge. And I think before we get into any kind of decorating, I want to throw in that other tower that I mentioned yesterday, or not yesterday, I guess 2 days ago at the end of the stream. And I want to see... Well, I guess I'll leave shaders on for now. I want to see where another tower might look good. And it won't be hard because we've already got a tower that we can copy, which is that one there. So I would just be putting a tower like that right in this position right there. So we'll see what that might look like. First, I got to check my inventory and do all that kind of stuff. And maybe even we'll chop down some trees too, because those are going to be in the way of the view. Yeah, Scotsman, that's what I was thinking. And I think what's happening right here is that I want to make this feel like less of an afterthought. And I think by having a full facility here, this will feel more like an extension, like an on-purpose extension of the build. So that's the plan. I'm just going to straight up empty my inventory because it'll be easier to start from scratch. And I guess I can turn off shaders now. That goes there. So we will need the different woods. I'm betting we're going to need more than 27 of those. That should be good. We'll need those. I'm going to need one of those, one of these, and then the rest is going to be stone. Oh, we're going to need a lot more trapdoors too. Rockets. Man, I have blown through a crazy amount of rockets on this build. All the flying around. Oh. I think someone beat me to the sleep. Cosmic is online. For folks wondering. I think you might have mentioned key binding shaders. Yes, it is a feature of Sodium or Iris. I can't remember which mod, but we don't use Optifine. And so right now I think it's K on my keyboard, and I think that's the default key. So depending on which mod it is, there is a default key for enabling and disabling shaders. It just goes with the most recent shader that you've used. If you switch shaders in the menu and then turn them off, then it'll use the new shader. I think Cosmic might be working outside in Somerville, and that's probably where they'll want to keep it daytime. So I'd imagine there'll be a lot of sleeping. Man, we put down a lot of trees. I think it was like the better part of 12. So 6. Was they 6 or 7 trees? I think it might have been 14, so it might have been 7 trees altogether. swapped Iris recently, so you could also have Bobby installed. What's Bobby? It's another mod. Oh, you're tidying Steven's storage. Hyper-focused with 3 streams open. Steven has so much stuff everywhere. Wow. So Cosmic is modding streams, but also modding Steven's gameplay. That's great. Organizing chats and organizing other Minecrafters to your liking. That's hilarious. Alright, so those are out of the way. We'll need stone and andesite. And I'm probably just going to complete a couple of the faces, so it won't be too bad. And I think that's it. A couple of stone stairs if we like it. Bobby is a chunk cache, which allows me to have render distance farther than the server would allow, which means I stopped flying into mountains. Ah, nice. That's cool. I was watching Exumavoid's snapshot video this week, and he was saying that the changes, some of the bug fixes in the latest snapshot are actually something that they've been using a mod to fix on Hermitcraft, which had to do with lag traveling between chunk borders. So this is a 5x5 tower, very straightforward. I don't think I'm going to mirror it exactly, so I don't think it's going to start here. I think what we'll do is we'll pin it up against the edge here, just like we did there. So we're in 2 blocks, so I'll just take that and go in 2 blocks, and then we'll add it there. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that could mean that we could have access here. So I'm going to leave this pretty basic for now. I'm going to do the front. But I think what I'll do is just leave the sides as just like a structural pillar, just so we can see what it looks like from down there and not have to do the whole thing. And how tall is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to say 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I missed. Oh, come on. Screw it. 1, 2, 3. So we could remove this part. See how that looks. Feel that looks about right. So what we'll do is I'll just put the scaffolding up the middle. And I guess the floor would technically be a little bit lower, but really all I want to do here is just add in the roof. So I'll probably do this on 3 sides just to save us a little bit of time in case we don't like it. We only have a little bit to take down. I might even only do just like the front half. And the first layer is all stairs. Probably don't need to go quite back that far, but whatever. And then we've got slab, and then a block and a slab. Like that, and same thing over here. Now inside, we can take the scaffolding up a little bit higher. And then this goes to another 2 blocks. So it goes there and there. And then this is a slab at this level, I think. I'm just going to put extra scaffolding here so I can use that. And I guess we'll leave it like that. Just again, if I don't like it, it's less to take down. Goes there. And then the top. Was a running joke every time that I needed to fly to my main city that people would guess what I'd crash into. Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're going to deal with something like that, you might as well make it into like a chat game, right? That makes sense. And I ran out of my regular coffee, so I've got like a backup bag of beans, and it's not the best. I really enjoy a good cup of coffee at an afternoon of Minecraft, but when the coffee is disappointing, it's not the feeling I was going for. So that's the vibe with the added tower. It's not bad coffee, Dan. It's just not nearly as good as my regular. Seriously, I'm trying to scope the scenery here. And the server has decided that all rain needs to happen. I like the fact that it makes the town look really, really big. Like you can see the spire like over there, right? So I feel like it gives a really expansive, kind of like as far as the eye can see vibe, which I like. It almost feels like a nice gate to the kingdom, too. We've got to move this road. I don't like that we kind of go all the way over here. I think that looks pretty good. And it gives us an opportunity to do something like we've done over here, where we can pull this down a little bit and make the cliff feel steeper. So if I cut away some of this dirt here, we can make this feel a little bit taller. Probably just 2 blocks, but just enough to kind of give it an oomph. mean, it doesn't look bad as it stands now. We could also add another layer to the bottom of it too. Like we could increase the foundation out by a block, and that could be kind of cool. In the same way that we could have, you know, some cobblestone and tuff there. Yeah, I think I like it. I think I like that it's almost symmetrical. Like it's not exactly the same. And plus it's a cool experience coming through here. It feels like more of a complex. So it's subtle, but this is a little bit farther west. You'll see on the map that there's definitely a block difference here. Yeah, I like it. So we'll finish it up then. Oh, that's wrong. Something that big they'd never managed to build identical anyhow. Yeah, that's fair. And there's certain, like, I want to do things to please me, but then I also want to do things that make it feel medieval as well. Something we were talking about on the Spawn Chunks hangout today was like that goal of trying to build something but make it look like it's like people have built on top of one another, as opposed to all of your buildings having like separation everywhere. And I think that's an important thing to try to maintain. I'm just going to do the andesite first here. Just going to be careful not to copy what I've got from before. Oh, nope. Don't want to do that. I think we'll probably scooch this back a bit. That's if it even stays. Yeah, looks better. Dr. Drap, welcome in. Thanks so much for sending over your viewers. Hope you're having a good Saturday. Oh, I'm out of andesite. I think I'm out down here too. Yep. Yeah, that was dumb. Should bring the box with me. Building a medieval town, 2 years in the making. We're working on a stone bridge that connects the main crossroads to the I guess the Western Road, the Western Ridge Road. There's two roads that go west. There's the Southwest Road and then there's the Northwest Road. So we're working on this area here. And I needed andesite. Hey, it's all good. Every eyeball counts, right? It's a game of inches. The streaming thing. Oh, that's where all my andesite went. Okay. Keep that. I find too that just I don't play video games that often outside of stream. I find I really enjoy the idea of sharing the video game with people. And I tend to want to have that experience, you know? So I find that, you know, even if I'm not streaming to a big crowd, the fact that I am streaming and talking to somebody is cool for me. All right, where are these windows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Some of this texture might have to change. So the part that makes the most sense in here for a stair would be starting right there. So we'll try that and see where we lead. Do I have any torches? I do. Thanks very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Right. This can actually go to brick. I'll worry about the last block later. What did I do with the other ones here? Oh, I used oak. Okay. It's just your standard staircase. Nothing too fancy. And this is the top floor. So this one we might keep this wood. I think that could be cool. We're gonna bonk our heads otherwise. And that's the entire top floor coming down. A little tight on the head, but not terrible. Did I make this too low? I made that too low. This is supposed to be a stair. I goofed. All right. We keep going. Which is too bad because we came out at the right spot. This is the level that we need to be at. It's all right. I think that might work out because it means it might be a less of a bonk on the head. No, it's about the same. Weirdly, that window isn't accessible. Oh, I missed. Trying to get fancy. I did it again. All right, so that puts us at accessing these three windows. This one being the least interesting. I wonder if it would be worth changing the direction on this stair. Because if we did a complete reverse, we'd end up coming up, I think, over here. Which would make, well, yeah, if I do 180, we're going to lose this window. So I want to rotate the whole thing this way by 90 degrees. That's tough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stairs. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to try it. I'm just curious. I always find it confusing. I can't do the rotational math in my head to see what would happen if we change this to be this way. I know I don't want to do a full 180. It's just a matter of which way I want to go. Right. So that's the opposite of what I want. I want to go the other way. And just hope this gets us above the door. Looks like it does. Maybe what I should do is try from the top down. Put this somewhere else that's a little bit better. So let's try here, I guess. Gonna make the entrance a little bit weird. For me, it's more about the view when you get to the top, like what makes the most sense. Raven Bull, hello. Welcome in. Right, so that puts us here, which means that all of that would be accessible. And I feel like that makes more sense. What do we think? Does that make sense? I feel like that's the more defensive position. There's not going to be much to shoot at out here because there's a giant cliff right down to the river. So that goes like that, and then I think I need to go get some oak logs. For there. Yeah, oak logs and a sign. Those at the side of the area that the tower is on, the other tower could cover the road in the other direction. That's true too. The other tower is really straightforward because you can't access it from the ground. You have to access it from the wall here. So you basically come in and you're just straight out. You've got access to all windows should you need. I mean, this isn't really that useful, I guess. Maybe to cover the front, but that's a long way. I needed signs and oak. So put this in here. This in the other sections had like a big post there, but I don't want to do that here, obviously. I think this might actually benefit from maybe having a sign up higher. That's fine. And we'll throw a little andesite in the floor. Now I need to add the trapdoors from the outside so that they flop down the right way. And the only thing left to do is the rafters, and those were just a pretty simple cross with a barrel, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was here. And then I did fences, I want to say. And trapdoors. I don't know whether I did that too high. No, because I wouldn't want the lantern to be at my head level. I wouldn't want the lantern to be down here. I'm pretty sure that's what we did in the other tower. Ooh, this might be a little bit dark. No, we're good. We're good. We'll have a light source in here too. There's 1, 0, but like nothing can spawn in that space anyway. Oh, this place is a little bit dark. Oh, it's because there's no light sources up here either. Okay, that's fine. We'll get there. That's usually the last thing I do is the lighting pass. I see you, creeper. Look at all of them. Gee, I didn't even see you. This place has already been landscaped, so there's not a lot of loose soil everywhere. Oh, he despawned just in the nick of time. I think we're good. Was there something else I needed? I don't think there was. Better a field creeper than a wall creeper? For sure. We had somebody drop on our head from inside the town a little while ago. It was not fun. Yeah, these windows have changed my mind on the texture. That's okay. I think maybe we'll just move this one. I missed something in the game chat. Oh, there are gift subs? Did I miss something? Oh, Smurf588. I did not see that. When did that happen? Thanks so much, Smurf. Appreciate it. Those gift subs, all 5 of them, went out to Zabarian, PJ Sandwich, CJ Williams, Lazy Tiger, and Remebdog? Reamdog? Maybe Reamdog. That might be how you say it. Thanks so much, Smurf. Very much appreciated. Sometimes Smurf comes in and dive bombs and leaves. So if you're still here, Smurf, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. And thanks for the reminder, Dan and SweetSandi. Still here, says Smurf. Perfect. Well, thank you very much. And folks that just got a gift sub, if you want to connect your Discord and your Twitch, you can join everybody in the Discord in between streams. Oh, the joys of a clean inventory. All right. So what's the next thing we want to tackle on this thing? In some ways, the landscape is really messing with me. So before I do any texture on the bridge, I feel like I want to do a bit of landscaping, but I really want to try to figure out what I can do here to somehow separate the deck of the bridge from the supports. I don't know if there is anything I can do. I could try going along with some stairs. That could be interesting. So like, what if I came out here? I'm just thinking like if we can get like this level here and use stairs to like create a groove. The only tricky part becomes getting that to go up a level. What if I did a stair going that way and that way? It's not terrible. I'm wondering if I need to do it the other way around. Like what if I have the stairs go on the bottom? I think I like that a little bit better. So then we have to do what? This? The other option would be to push this bottom line a little bit further. So we'd have to go to there. And there's no half slab, so we can't actually do like the right depth the whole way. It's tricky. I'd really like to be able to have that groove go through the whole thing. I guess we could use slabs in most places instead of stairs. So full block and then an upside down stair. And this is stair, stair. That way. What do we think? Does that help or does it make it look weaker? It might be better to do a texture shift instead. And really the only two things we have are either going to be stone or andesite for that. Need some dirt for scaffolding. So the other option would be something like this, where, well, we could also make that out of stone stairs instead of stone brick stairs too. See, that might be a better way to go. Oh, I definitely want to do the walls, the holes in the walls for drainage, Scotsman. Yeah, I did that over on the other bridge too. So this is the one that I wanted to emulate, but of course this is a much bigger project. But this one is a nice clean line, you know, separating like the deck from the supports. There's holes for drainage. You know, it really looks like a very simple functioning bridge. And so I want to add those for sure. And it might be worth looking at where those holes are going to go and make sure they don't interfere with any kind of groove or detail that we're adding in. This I like. I think I like that. So if I was going to add the holes, I believe the holes are like not visible from the deck. So they'd be like, the right position for them would be probably like here. But then that kind of interferes with this, with the kind of like the specialness of that. And of course, this doesn't line up all the way. Yeah, that's a problem. Don't like that. So a full block is kind of an issue. All right, let's get some stairs in stone and see if that could be helpful. So we want it to be, I think, on this level, but we want it to go up here, I think. Well, maybe we can do that. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Oh, I could make that bottom one out of stone brick to help the bottom feel a little beefier. This is driving me nuts. And then maybe here we don't go all the way in. Maybe we have that go sideways like that. Or have it be this one. Avoid the tangent. So this gets something like this beside it. This gets that way. It's always fun once you kind of catch on to a pattern. It sort of breaks it up a little bit too much, I think. It was worth a shot. I'll leave it for a while. I'm not going to completely toast it, but I feel like it's a little bit on the strange side. Yeah. And then I don't have any places for the drain holes at the moment, so there's that too. So I'll try something different on the upper section and we'll kind of decide between the two as to what might look the best. Something I do like about this is that we could end up continuing the detail around here if we wanted to. If I wanted to break into that a little bit. But I don't know, that might make it look too weak at the top. We could just go with the regular stone. It's one thing I've noticed that I'm having a really hard time deciding on like how I want to do the bits of decoration along here. Yeah, if we did a band like that, I'd have to not have it line up with that. I think we'd have to do something different. I think these towers need, if they're going to have any kind of decoration, it's probably going to be vertical decoration to help accent and make them look taller rather than any kind of horizontal bands that are just going to make them look shorter. So we'll take that into consideration. However, it is about time for me to take my first break. If you're new to the stream, then I take a break once an hour. Gives myself a chance to zap my mediocre cup of coffee and just kind of get a stretch. You should too. Make sure that you maybe tag a friend. We are trying to grow the channel. I appreciate you sharing it around with anybody. I will see you folks in just a few minutes. Crocodilia, hello. What if you align it with the curve under the bridge and not the upper part? It's a possibility. We're trying to separate the deck of the bridge, though, which is technically the upper part. So that's kind of what we're trying to do. That could work. I think what I want to do is I want to maybe do the other textures, like the cracked stone and a little bit of like wear and tear and stuff before I get into that. So we'll have to figure that out. So I guess the next step is maybe some cliff work to kind of like finish the bottom before we start adding the textures. Yeah, like I tried something different over here too. I guess we could try something different here as well. The problem with aligning with the bottom is that the bottom is a combination of stairs and slabs and stuff. So it's not as easy because this has got all different widths, right? So if I was to just add the drain holes, I think I would put them maybe just to the right of these. Or to the left. Yeah, if I was a drain hole, I think I would want to be there. Yeah. So if I did that next to each of these, let's kitty corner down and then that way. And that might be just enough, you know, like maybe I'm overdoing it on the detail. Obviously some of this was filled in with dirt instead of stone. Ooh, that might be too many. I think we keep those two, but not the other two. Although I had quite a few in the other bridge, didn't I? The ones on the other bridge were on either side of the supports, but the supports were far apart. Yeah, I think maybe we'll keep the two on the ends closest to the supports, and we'll just get rid of these two. Yeah, and then I'll do the same thing over here, same logic. I'll just go up here. Put one there, and then put one here. Yeah, that works. Yeah, we're adding a little bit of water drainage. But yeah, I think the next thing is going to be to tackle some of these cliffs and get them looking the way that we want. So what I'm thinking is this will probably come down a little bit to like maybe just a block, but then 2 blocks up there. I'd like it to come out So I think what we need to do is get a good amount of stone. Maybe we'll get a little bit of slabs. Probably need some grass and dirt and moss. Did I bring moss with me? No. Right, so this I know I want to cut back because I don't like how it touches the base here. And then I feel like from here we'd want to go probably up pretty steeply. And then all of this, I think, I'm probably going to take and replace with stone. So I'm just going to like replace the natural Minecraft landscape for now, and then we'll tweak it later. I did this on one of the mountains. It was quite effective. It's also very easy. Oh yeah, that's starting to look better already. This is where it pays to have a lot of resources on hand. Right, so around here is where I think I want to start to think about where like a bit of an overhang might happen. So I wanted to take off 2 blocks up there. 1, 2, and then 1 layer here, I think. And this is just going to help make this feel a lot taller. And we can always add some stuff back too. This will probably end up being cobblestone in the end. But for now, just to make sure it's the right color. I'm not even sure this little hill is going to stay, but for now we'll just cut it back a little bit. Pikachu boy, hello, welcome in. Right, so somewhere's about here, I'd want to change the angle on the cliff. Oh, I missed some stuff. I kind of want it to curve out a little bit. So I'm going to put another layer of stone on top of that. Magically appearing stone? Why do we want magically appearing stone? So then about here, I'd want another layer like that. And then maybe we'd start to have some bits come out here. And I'll be adding like some gradients and stuff to this later. I just wanted to kind of fill this in. Because this could technically, I guess, get up to like grass level. Oh, you've never got enough stone. It's always vanishing. Yeah, that could work if I pulled down some of these a little bit. I might try to change some of them so they're not all exactly the same. You know, we could easily pull a couple of those down a little bit. We did something similar near the west gate as well. Just to have it look a little bit more natural. I think to really get it to look natural, what we need to do is have like an overhang. But I think that's probably the right amount of grass. I think 2 layers of grass is probably good. So here, we'd want to bring this out to like here. And even then, we might want to have it fall off a bit more sharply. So maybe we'll have it cut out there. I don't want too much of a platform here, but we can cover this with all kind of cool foliage, right? So it was about here. Let's go to there, and then we'll get rid of those two. Oh, I ran out of stuff. Oops. So this is all just going to go a lot sharper on the down slope. I'm actually okay with that. It looks okay for now. Take that out there. Yeah, I like a custom cliff too. I just wish they didn't take so long, right? I mean, that looks so much better, but it takes an eon to get things right. And we can do some like, probably like a bush or something coming down here to kind of cover up that odd looking seam, you know? Yeah, it's getting there. So we'll just keep that going along the edge there, and then we'll maybe try to increase the height of it a little bit. So where are we here? That's out there. So if we go up a little higher here, and then maybe here we can pull back a little steeper. And then somewhere, I guess around here, we'll have to start coming out a little bit farther. Although that's not going to work there, is it? Yeah, we'll have to go with like grass to here maybe. Oh, it's a little bit too pointy. Hopefully I did that right. We'll see. All right, so it did not go up where I thought it was going to go up. Whoop, there's a hole here. Hey, look, moss. Wonder where that was from. All right, we've got a ton of grass that I just have no place to store, so we're just going to get rid of this. This is going to go anyway. It's a big hole. Oh, I'm out. All right, let's grab some of the resources in this extra trunk and just try to fill this in. One of those simple joys in Minecraft I find sometimes is just filling in a hole. And yes, I know I could just cover it over, but this takes care of a resource storage problem, but it also just, I feel like sometimes when you cover up everything and if you light it all up, then there's all this stuff that the game has to calculate. I mean, I've got some mods that are supposed to help with that, but I'd rather have the knowledge that it is completely filled in. Nice. Thought there was another one around here too. Or maybe I'm just thinking it's the same one. Unless there's one over here. I could also be thinking of something else. Oh, there's this spot here too. While we're on a roll, I don't think we'd want to include this in the farm. I might leave that. That's going to be on a farm. It might be kind of cool like this one have like a pond in the farm, so I'll leave that for now. Maybe we'll just make it a nicer shape. Cool. Get rid of the stuff that feels wrong and make it less Minecraft? Yeah. Because the way that the spawning or calculated algorithm works for the world gen is sometimes just not the way that you want it. I need to go take a look at the other cliff and see what I did before that I really liked. Ah, we had lots of hanging bushes and stuff, so we'll have to do that. Roots are a nice touch as well. Yeah, so I left a couple little things hanging over. So it's what's missing right now is the foliage. It really helps. And I had the cliff come right up to the edge here too, so I guess I should remember that I can do that. But like, this is one side, and now this is the other side so far. So I think it really, really helps set the build apart. You know, makes it feel very sturdy, right? So we could have this come up a little bit higher. I could curve this back a little bit here. Have this come up to like here. Then stone could take over here. So we could have it something like that. And that could be kind of fun to have like bushes coming down this way and then bushes coming down this way and then have like this rocky kind of outcrop sit like right there. That could be cool. Oh yeah, no, if it's a custom mountain, I'm not filling in the whole thing. I just mean like when there's little things like that just, you know, in areas that you're going to be walking around in a lot. I think that makes a big difference. So that might be a little bit chunky, but I think it helps break up the grass a little bit too, which is good. Just give me 1 second, folks. I'll be right back. Cool. Just wanted to check on something. We are good. It's an odd stare. cows in this game. So weird. All right, we don't need this. Oh yeah, the semi-mindless stuff in Minecraft when you're tired. I have absolutely done that. I've definitely done some like mine digging. I've done some tree chopping, that kind of stuff for sure. When you're tired, you want to play, but you're like your creative juices aren't flowing. I've definitely done that too. Plus, it helps to kind of get this stuff out of the way, you know, for resource gathering. Then you don't have to do it on stream or at a time when you really just want to be creative and you're just like, I can't because I just don't have the stuff. So kind of all over the map here, but I feel like one thing that I want to get sorted is ideas for this. And I'm kind of wondering whether I could do just a single column of either brick walls, or we don't have any stone walls, but I could do andesite. Just trying to sort out what kind of cool texture changes we could have here. I'm also considering beefing up the bottom of this a little bit. Let's see if that helps a little bit. If we do that, I think we might have to do the full ring of it. And maybe we have to raise it up by a block. I just want there to be a clear difference between the pillar and the support struts underneath the bridge, and I think that helps a little bit. You're clearing out a jungle. Planning to fix the terrain and do more custom trees. Wonderfully mindless. Wow, yeah, that's a lot of work. That's a lot of work. One of the things I wanted to try to, I guess, mimic is like the top of these. I'm wondering if we can maybe do something like that instead down here. We could also try this. Just have these go up the sides. Like that. May or may not work. Alternatively, we could just have a slab there. Or a stair to complete the corner. The stair thing is a little bit simple, but it's effective. If I did that, I would just remove these and put bricks right in. I mean, we would change these to like mossy cobble and stuff like that in the end. It's a little bit small. Yeah. All right, now what if I wanted to just take this and go straight up here? See, that I like. I wish we had just natural stone walls in the game. I think that would be great. I think the key to this is to try to be as simple as possible. So the only thing missing, I think, with these is that they are the same texture as the bridge, and I'm wondering if these could look good if we separated the tower from the crown and the base and just went with like straight up stone. Although this might ruin the andesite thing I just did because it might not have enough contrast. Yeah, I kind of like that. I kind of like that. I wonder if we can do like, not quite halfway, but try something that's just a little bit different. Now here, I guess we would want to complete this or not. No, I think I'd be okay with just leaving that, which means that we might be okay with just leaving this here. Was that iron? It was. Why not? So we'd have to make sure... Oh, because if we do that, though, it's going to clash with the cliff. Darn it. I just realized that. If we change this into stone, then it's going to blend right in with the cliff. Man. I like that separation, but... Yeah, if we want to do the cliff, then that's going to be a problem. I guess alternatively we could do andesite instead of stone. Let's put in a cliff here just so I can have something to compare it to. So we went quite steep here, but we're going 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks from there. Roughly 4 blocks, I think, is the height. Yes, we don't necessarily want to carve off anymore. I was also thinking about what deep slate might look like over here. That could be kind of cool too. Whoops. I don't have any stone left. Whoops. You know what? I think maybe if we switch to ender pearls for a little bit, it might be faster. Or at least easier. Stone. Unless, of course, I miss. So on the other side, we went quite steep as we went down towards the bottom here. And if we went andesite, I might change my wall choice in the middle. We'll see. Again, sometimes the simplicity could be what we need. All right, so this is a much different cliff. So I think it might be easiest to just do the same thing we did and just replace the whole thing with stone for now, and then we can make a decision as to whether we want to add deep slate to the mix. Doctor Who Cat Guy, thanks very much for the follow. Here I am thinking I should use ender pearls and just default going for gliders and rockets all the time. I don't mind the andesite. If we did the andesite, we'll have to do something different, I think, for the wall on the inside. And we don't have much options for walls. Could go bricks, cobblestone, or maybe a deep slate. Try the old offhand trick. Except to make sure I'm not aiming at grass. Yeah, it's just easier to do it the other way. And this is the kind of thing where like I've often thought, you know, the benefits of doing like a silent stream and just putting on some music, you know, some house music or jazz or something. It's funny, I've been watching What Darren Plays, which is a streamer I mentioned yesterday. And he's got he's playing Satisfactory, but he's using the Minecraft soundtrack in the background on his videos, which is hilarious, but it fits. And I'm like, man, this music is so chill. Why does it sound familiar? And then every once in a while you hear like the right piano note. You're like, wait a minute, this is a Minecraft. This is part of the Minecraft soundtrack. I think the hardest part about the cliff stuff is the constant like having to back up and see what it looks like, because you really can't tell what you're doing when you're in the thick of it. Ender pearls are purple because of a texture pack. And yes, it's the purple is because I think I got the idea from Germsy Boy, and he turned the eyeballs on the Ender chest to purple, and then changed Eyes of Ender to purple, and then changed Ender Pearls to purple. So everything looks more like Enderman themed in his texture pack. So before I get carried away here and go all the way over to the left, I want to make sure that there aren't any pieces of grass that I actually want to leave. Oh, redstone. Perfect stream for a rainy day. Nice, yeah. It's actually quite sunny here, but it's still cold. Like it's only 5 or 6 degrees. I feel funny, like it's beautiful and sunny in the morning, and then it gets warm in the apartment, and then you're like, wow, that's weird. I feel like I shouldn't be playing video games all day. But then you check the temperature and you go outside, you're like, oh no, it's not exactly a nice day to be outside. You can't like sit outside and read a book or something, you know. As soon as the sun passes my balcony at about like noon or 1 o'clock, then it's just like, nope, not interested. Yeah, see, I like the stone better, obviously, than the dirt. We could maybe have a little grassy something up there. It would be nice to have some grass, to have some vines or bushes up the wall. But I think all of this below here will convert to stone. I obviously have to put in some stone bricks. Ooh, right on target. Yeah, I think to really make this look like it's sitting on top of this, I'm gonna have to change some textures along here. So I said like roughly about maybe here. So maybe we'll just check all of this. I think too that the yeah, this is all andesite down here, so this will be a little bit easier to cover up. $13 and rainy in Oshawa. Wow. Yeah, I mean, it gets warmer here in the springtime when it is raining. Whenever there's no cloud cover, it's definitely cooler. Wind off the ocean, all that kind of stuff. So here I'm kind of changing the shape of it a bit just so it matches up better. I find with cliffs you want to deal with mostly drops of 2 or 3. It usually makes things look a little bit steeper and nicer. Yeah, getting there. That means we can maybe roll back this river a little bit too. Some of this could be quite steep. Diorite, no thanks. Oh yeah, there'll be texture passes and stuff. The way that I usually work is that I usually get like a material pass that changes the shape. Once everything is shaped the way that I want, then I'll go through and I'll add some textures here and there. I'm actually considering putting some deep slate in here somewhere. You know, like I kind of feel like I wonder if the whole thing could look good as deep slate, but that might be a little bit too dark. But something like here, something where you want to emphasize like this, I could layer in a deep slate kind of chunk or something, you know, or maybe we just have it, you know, in key positions. Speaking of, I'm still not sure if I want to go dark on the inside of these. See, I feel like if we go dark inside of that, we have to go dark elsewhere too. And I don't know where I would put it. I'd have to come up with some other vertical thing, you know? I really do like the andesite in with the stone wall. So first sculpt and then after you kind of paint it. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I do. You might have noticed how I did that. Well, Canada Raz, you might not have been here when I first did the tower, but it's the same thing. You know, like you do the basic shape. I outline it with a frame, decide if I like it. If I like it, I fill it in. After I fill it in, I texture it. Now, I mean, sometimes I can texture on the fly on a small thing like this. But for example, like there's no andesite along here. So when you're looking at that wall, what we'd want to have is some texture, you know, to coincide with the way that the rest of the walls are working. So we just start here and I would just kind of, you know, there's where it attaches here. So we go up there, maybe 2 there. And just start like hacking around. And it's just like a random sort of line, and then we can step back and see whether we like it. And then we can just kind of change the edge as need be. But all of this is so much easier to do after you know that you're happy that this is where the wall is going to be, that it's not going to change position. That way, if you have to move anything, you've not put in all the extra work. Yeah, like texturing is often one of the last things I do. And I think that it's like very often we'll get people asking in chat, like, you know, they'll ask questions about like usually things that I do last. And I think that a lot of people end up doing things either as they go, or perhaps they just kind of do full sections. Like obviously I've kind of made a pattern that I didn't really want to make, but we could change that a little bit and kind of have it fade in, fade out. Probably have it go up a little bit higher to start here, you know, so it's not quite such a steep. I'd probably want it to go, if this is the angle here and that's the angle of the wall, I kind of want it to go in between. So I'd probably want to raise up these bottom bits by a little bit, but it's easy to play around with because I know that that wall's not moving, right? Hey, happy to help, Canada Raz. Happy to help. Happy to help. And then, of course, we can add in like these little blocks here at the end, right? So you work in layers. You know, you think about it like a Photoshop document and just like, there's your base layer, which is the stone. You're adding another layer of texture, which is most of the work with the andesite. And then the last touches are these, but you'd put these in last because then where the flow of this texture, this kind of like andesite bottom to the wall, sort of dictates kind of like where everything goes. You'll notice that the stone brick ones are above in the stone, and then the andesite bricks are in lower in the andesite. So you can't do these before you know where the andesite line is. And this andesite here goes up a lot higher. I think I might have pulled this down a little bit. I think I mean maybe need to even push it farther up on this tower, because this tower is now a lot taller than it used to be too. But I have been notified that it's also time for a break. So for folks that are new to the channel, I do take a break at least once an hour. It is that time. So I will be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Grab a friend, maybe even a snack. I'll be right back. So I guess we'll just finish up the texture on the wall there. So yeah, I think I'm going to bring it up even a little bit on the tower. Because we wanted to come in, I think around there. I wanted to start it here. Then I think we'll probably at least get it up to here. Maybe we'll just shave this one off. And then can go up here. Still might want to go up a little bit farther. All right, see how that looks. Hopefully it's a better line. I'm kind of guessing from that angle. Oh yeah, that's better. I might get rid of one block. Yeah, right there. And then we can always throw in the andesite bits, which are usually quite low. Just a couple. I feel like that's probably a good spot. And then this one, I think I'm going to try to tuck it up against the tower. That should be good. I don't think we're going to miss anything. We'll see. So everything is kind of in a line. Maybe drop this one back a bit. This is the thing about cliffs and walls, is that you're just constantly going up and down. That's probably about as good as we're going to get. Yeah, it's not bad. I guess I could probably put the andesite one a little higher, maybe. Can I fill in that empty space? Probably better. All right, so now I think what I want to try and do is just try to focus on some stuff that we know is not changing. So I know that everything on the bridge in terms of its structure is in the right position. So I want to try and capitalize on that. I really don't know what I'm going to do about these towers. So I think one thing I will do is get some mossy bricks and some cracked bricks and try to add in some of those details, and then hopefully that will either inform us as to where we want to put certain things. I've also got no room for any of this stuff. I wonder if I don't have any extra bits here. Might have to go do a little bit of inventory management here. Oop, that's gravel. Behind and Mickey Dog, thanks very much for the follow. All right, we're just going to pick this up. Take that in with us. I don't remember what I would need there. I needed furnaces can go there. I should have enough room here to juggle around some stuff. Yeah, those don't need to be there. I feel like I can put all of this in here. Paper. Condense a couple things here. Elcorn95 with the raid. Thanks very much. This is what I want. Spare one of those. Which do I need? More of grass or probably dirt? Alcorn, thanks very much for the raid. 17 people. What were you up to on stream today? Alcorn, of course, is a member of Infinity Cove and an awesome member of this community. Infinity Cove is my patron server for folks that might want to support the channel, but then also get a chance to hang out with some like-minded people and play on Infinity Cove. I'm doing another viewer redeem build, a stable at one of the ways into town. Very cool. It's always fun to incorporate some viewer-based stuff. I'm going to bring this out. And all the grass we have is already out there, and the 2 grass shulker boxes are full. So really, what I should do is have like half grass, half dirt. That's moss. That's grass and dirt. And then this is probably just full of stuff. That almost filled up. Crap. Thanks for the lurk, Hunter555. Appreciate it. Oh, is that full now? That's full now. Jeez. When you're a pack rat, it's both good and bad. But it pays off at some point. Sometime down the line. All right. How do I want to handle this? That's got extra stuff in it. Put those back. I don't have like a space for everything. So it could be a little bit tricky. I don't know why this string is in there. That goes back in here. That's now empty. This is now full. I guess we can just redistribute a little bit. Make it a little bit easier. That'll last us a little while. Now I should have some coarse dirt out here somewhere. Yep. That's grass, and that's dirt. This is now grass and dirt. Now, what numbers are we on? Grass 7 and dirt 2, 3, 4, 5. 7 and 5. If I ever have to do landscaping elsewhere on the server, then we are all set. Down to 5 chests and 6 shulkers helping Steven out on the server, Cosmic. That's amazing. I really need to get a shulker farm going. I think that would be a nice thing to add for everybody on the server. All right, so to get a little bit more progress done on this bridge, I know that this deck is not changing at all. And so what I want to do is I'm going to grab andesite and I'm going to grab bricks and cracked bricks and brick slabs. And then I'm also going to grab andesite slabs. And those are the 3 textures that we can use. Because I'm going to make the deck of the bridge the same as this. So it looks like to me I went through and I did the andesite first. And then I came back and added the bricks later. And there's actually a fair amount of bricks. But it's still mostly just stone. And then I just kind of faded it in and out into the road. But we'll start with the actual texture. So really it's just going to be a lot of andesite to start. We'll just kind of go from there, I guess. We do have the map that'll help us out a little bit too. Trying to make sure it has some sort of like natural flow to it in places. Oops. The hard part is trying not to repeat yourself. It's always tricky. Aldebar, hello, welcome in. Yeah, road texture can be pretty tedious. I think the tip that I usually share with people is to try and do like a 70-30 ratio for your first 2 textures so that it's 30% stone, sorry, 70% stone, and then 30% andesite, and then you kind of go from there. And we can break it up a bit with the stone bricks as well. Nope. That means I can sleep through this. Well, maybe not sleep here. Does anybody else think that the thunder and lightning in Minecraft gets a little bit, like, over the top? Like, it's either not or, like, 4 or 5 bolts of lightning at a time. Feeling a little bit like a checkerboard. To be careful. Cosmic Dancer gifted a tier 1 sub to Aldebar for 6 months. That's amazing, Cosmic. Thank you so much. And also a gift sub went out to Meadow. And that was also a 6-month sub for Meadow. I mean, Aldebar, I think you're already in the Discord, but Meadow, if you're not, now's an excellent opportunity to join the Discord. And you can do that by connecting your Discord and Twitch accounts, and then just checking for the Joel Duggan Discord in your Connections tab in Discord. I can't believe how, like, long this bridge is. I've barely even textured half of it. I'm going to be careful here because of the andesite in the walls there. Yeah, so sometimes you'll end up with these weird lines, and all you have to do is just kind of move things around a little bit and get rid of them. And that breaks that up. Yeah, there's another kind of like checker pattern here. So I'll probably beef that a little bit and then remove this. It's harder to check because it's not flat. And any big opens areas, you can always add in a stone brick later, right? Oh, out of slabs. Free arrows, good stuff. Not that it matters with an infinity bow, but these are over here, and I'm out. I think that's going pretty good, actually. Not bad for a first crack. Oh, I feel like I keep on doing that pattern. All right, now this is where it gets tricky because this is a completely different road texture than we're used to. Don't think we might want to make that all stone brick, but for now, at least this section is going to be andesite for sure. A lot of the times I try to get the textures to flow in a way that makes sense. Oops. And it's usually in groups of 3. Sometimes you can get away with 4. And sometimes you want to beef things up, make patches a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'm not noticing anything too terrible. A little bit empty up here. I'm always a little bit tentative when I've got the same material in a wall that's in the ground. Don't want it to look like it's confusing at all. But situations like here is a good spot where you can throw in like that extra brick. And of course, we can only use the cracked bricks on the full sections and not the half slab stuff. A lot of times too, I try not to line things up if they're too close together visually. Then just over one block is usually enough to kind of make things feel a little bit more spaced out. I think in that other bridge we had a couple spots where there was like 2 bricks that touched as well. Oops. Tried using stairs in the full block levels to create potholes in older roads. I have. I don't often like the look of it, and there has not been much of an opportunity yet around West Hill, but there are definitely spots where the roads kind of break off and turn into dirt, and I want to use it there. But anywhere else, it just seems like it's a little bit too distracting for me. Nightmare, hello, welcome in. I don't really use gravel for texturing here. I do use it in other spots. There's some spots in the town where I use gravel a lot. I use it a lot along the edges of roads, but not so much in the middle. I'm also not a big fan of the audio texture change as you walk over gravel and you're like walking around here and all of a sudden you get like a little crunch. Like I prefer like a straight open texture. That all sounds like the same kind of material. Put that back. I think that looks pretty good. And then obviously from here down, we'd end up doing something different. So at this point, it's either going to continue or I'm going to turn it into like a full brick road like this. I'm not quite sure what is going to be the case, but I feel like that looks pretty good. So now it's just a matter of doing the same thing on the way down. And this, I just tend to take it like one stair at a time. It's hard on the stairs that you have the opportunity to put down cracked because you don't want to overdo it. Case in point. And I've often tried to use cobblestone, you know, for the really chipped down edges, but like it always just seems to stand out so loudly for me. I never end up liking it very much. Sometimes the minimal is good. I do like the cracked stone next to andesite. It's usually a fun combo. A lot of times it's just a lot of walking around and just kind of like filling in the gaps and trying not to create a pattern. And sometimes you want to check to make sure that you're not, you know, removing the fact that like this stands out quite nicely up against an andesite behind it. So like maybe you don't want to put andesite behind it, but we can always still just put like a cracked in there. Close to where I wanted it, but not exactly in the same position. Yeah, we were just talking on the Spawn Chunks Minecraft Hangout with some of our patrons today. One of the, I can't remember which user it was. It might have been Prince something. But they had used dead coral in their underground cave build, which was really cool. And it worked for them because they were taking advantage of the fact that the coral did have some warmth to it. But coral in this kind of thing would stand out quite harshly. And I'd only be able to use it on half of it, right? Because every other step up in the angle of the bridge is a half slab. So that's something I always get messed up with modded Minecraft. I try it out, I get excited about all the new textures, but then I'm just back to square one as far as game progression, and it just never seems to be quite what I want. And I feel like something that I do really enjoy about modded is the multiple slabs, and stairs of just like all the textures that you've wanted that don't exist. Oops. Does feel good to get some textures in here though. Now that might look a little bit too similar. Yeah. Move this one. I'll separate it out by a little bit. Almost there. Now, is that going to look like too long of a line? Yeah, it's a bit much. Maybe we'll move that over to here. Whoops. I don't like putting them side by side like that. It's weird. It's hard when the stairs are only 2 blocks wide. It does give you like a difficult, I guess, like it restricts the way that you can distribute the blocks around. Now we're down to here, and this is where we can kind of have a little bit of more fun and kind of pull out some of this stuff. And we'll just do all the stone first. It's tough here because we've got stone on the edge. So you don't want to confuse the edge of the road. Thanks for the sleep in, Cosmic. Appreciate it. Whoops. That's something I notice when I do streams where I do a lot of texturing. I end up going, I hit the whoops a lot. It tends to be something I say quite frequently. I think the trick is definitely to just not rush it. It feels like your stream is coming to like a grinding halt, but in all, you know, really it's just, you're just taking your time. You're doing a thing. It's a thing that takes time. You might as well take the time and enjoy it. You know, it's like when I was, you know, when you're doing artwork, you don't want to rush it. That's pretty good. I think we can maybe use a little bit of cracked bricks around here in places. I don't want to get too far this way because I'm pretty sure, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be moving this intersection to be in line so that the center of this is in line with the center of the bridge. I'm okay with the road like curving a little bit, but we've got like 2 S-curves here, and I think just one should be fine. But I definitely want to move the center of it to be aligned with this. I might put some cracked underneath this too. Oh, there's a hole down there. Nice. Well, I think that about wraps up where I want things to end today. I don't want to start something new because I don't have any more time. But I think that makes a world of difference in terms of how finished this bridge is looking. Like having that texture come down there looks pretty good if you ask me. This could be a little bit better, but like I said, I want to line this bridge up with that. So that means moving that over by 2 or 3 blocks, maybe 4, and lining it up here. But we are going to take a look. It seems like a lot of the Minecraft normals are playing No Man's Sky today. But I think that we can probably pass you on along to DrWeir. DrWeir has been doing the Minecraft thing. This will be the 3rd time we've raided DrWeir in the last couple days, but I mean, he'll be surprised. But DrWeir built some beautiful things in Minecraft, and I think that you will all enjoy it. Make sure to come back tomorrow. That's 1 o'clock UTC minus 3 hours on Saturday. It's Atlantic time. We'll be back here working more on this bridge, probably a little bit more landscaping around. I'd like to finish the interiors of the buildings and stuff like that as well. You can also listen to the Spawn Chunks and the Citadel Cafe podcasts. They are free wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And check out Patreon. It's one of the best ways to support this channel, as well as any other creators that you might be following. But you get access to the Discord through Patreon, or if you've got a gift sub, or if you use a regular tier 1 or prime sub. And really, really appreciate all the support so far this weekend. You all are amazing. Make sure you are here next weekend if you're only a weekend warrior. Next Saturday is my birthday, and the Friday the 28th, we are going to be doing a Lego unboxing. I've got several packages from several very generous, very lovely people in the community, birthday presents to unbox on the 28th. So don't miss the 28th, and I will be letting everybody know on Twitter and in Discord whether I'm streaming on the 29th. I believe I am, but I'll let everybody know. But next stream is going to be tomorrow. Miss Nari, thanks very much for saying hi. I appreciate that you lurk. The extra eyeballs are always fun and go a long way. And, thank you to all the people that do watch, even if you're not participating in the chat. It's all good. The more eyeballs on the stream, the better. It really, really helps. And I really appreciate it. I'm glad you like it. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.